Hey, what's up, Algebra 2? Here we are with day 1 of solving with radicals. I don't have a separate note sheet, so we're just going to do a couple of the worksheet problems together. We're going to start off with solving with square roots. Solving with square roots. So the main idea with solving with square roots is going to be to get the square root part by itself. And how do you undo a square root? We're going to square it. Okay, so step 1, we're going to add 4 here. So now we have the square root by itself. 2x plus 5 equals 7. Undoing a square root, we're going to square it. Okay, square and a square root cancel out. We have 2x plus 5. And then 7 squared is 49. And now we just go about our regular algebra, solving for x. Subtract 5. 2x equals 44. Divide by 2. X equals 22. Okay, especially with square roots, you're going to want to, either mentally or with a calculator, double check this. 2 times 22 is 44, plus 5 is 49. Square root of 49 is 7. 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay? So usually with one square root, as long as this part, when you get down to square root equals, as long as that's positive, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, when you have 2 square roots going on at the same time, this can have some problems, and it's definitely going to need to be double checked at the end. Okay, so we have square root equals 3 minus square root of x. We're going to square both sides. So step 1 is you're going to want to get one of the radicals by itself if it isn't that way already. And I would try to get the more complicated looking one by itself first. So now we're going to square both sides. Square of a square root cancels out. And we just have x minus 15. On the right-hand side, we have the quantity 3 minus the square root of x squared. So that is like having 3 minus the square root of x times another quantity of 3 minus the square root of x. Okay, now we're going to FOIL that out. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times negative square root of x, we'll have minus 3 square roots of x. We'll have another minus 3 square roots of x. Okay, I'll go super slow on this one just so you can see all the steps. You might be able to do this in your head. Negative times a negative, that's going to be a plus. Square root of x times the square root of x is square root of x squared. So we have x minus 15 equals, let's clean this up a little bit, 9. Put both of those together, minus 6 square roots of x. And the square root of x squared is just plus x. Okay? So we've got that kind of cleaned up a little bit. Now we need to get this square root by itself. So we're going to move everything over. We're going to minus x. Cancels out there, and it cancels out here. This won't always happen where it cancels out here, but it does this time. Well, minus 9, minus 9. Okay, so we have negative 24 equals negative 6 square root of x. Alright, divide by negative 6. We'll have positive 4. Need to double check this. Negative 15 minus 9, negative 24. Yep, we'll have positive 4. Equals the square root of x. And now we're going to square both sides. And we have 16 equals x. 16 equals x. Now what you want to do here is we definitely need to double check it, because we squared both sides here. We moved a lot of things around. We squared everything again. So all the squarings, you might be losing a negative. Okay, you might have lost a negative. Not by your fault of losing a negative, like you're going to get the problem wrong. But we might have accidentally canceled out a negative from the original problem because you don't know what x is. Okay, so mentally let's put this back in. 16 minus 15 is 1. Okay, the square root of 1 is 1. Okay, over here, square root of 16 is 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So we have 1 equals negative 1. That's no good. So we should probably write this down and show that we have no solution. 16 minus 15. 3 minus the square root of 16. Square root of 1. 3 minus 4. 1 does not equal negative 1. No solution. Okay? No solution. So this problem should be similar to that. You might get one that works, you might get one that doesn't. This one is also similar. It looks scarier, but there's no extra number here. So when you square both sides, it's just this equals this. So that one's actually kind of friendlier. Definitely need to double check your answer when you have the double square roots. Not as important, but you should still you can still do it when we have the single square roots. Okay, on to the back side, roots and partial exponents. It's the same stuff, but instead of squaring, you're going to undo a cube root by cubing, or undo a 1/3 power by going to the third power. Okay? So, let's see what we can do. Alright, we're going to need to get that quantity by itself, or get the radical by itself. So I'm going to minus 3. So we have 5x minus 7 to the 1/3 power equals 2. Okay, how are we going to undo that? By taking both sides to the third power. Okay, the 1/3 and the third power cancel out. And we have 5x minus 7 equals 8. Should add the 7 over. 5x equals 15. Divide by 5 and we get 3. Okay. Odd roots should not give us too much of an issue here with positive, negative stuff, so this should be okay, but it's always good to double check. If it's too big of a problem to do it mentally, you can always just type it into your calculator. Parentheses, 5 times 3 minus 7, parentheses, power key, 1/3 power. Make sure we arrow out, so we're back down on the ground, plus 3. Okay, we don't want that plus 3 to be up there in the power. We want that back down the ground. Fingers crossed we get 5. Ta-da, we got 5. We're good. Okay, let's do one with a root. How about this one with a root? Okay, again, we want to get the root part by itself first. So here we need to minus the 2. 4th root, 6x plus 1 equals 3. And now to cancel out the 4th root, we're going to go to the 4th power. Okay, so 4th root, 4th power cancel out. 6x plus 1 equals 81. 3, 9, 27, 81. Okay, that's minus 1. 6x equals 80. Divide by 6. 13 and a third. 13 and a third. So you go 13.3 repeating, or 13 1/3. Okay, again, if you want to test that out, you can definitely use your calculator. For the fourth root, with this calculator, we're going to go math down to x root. Put a little 4 in there. 6 times 4, 13.3 repeating. We're just going to go 13.333333. Bump out of the root. Enter. So 2.999 plus 2. 4.999 is basically 5. Okay? So there we go. That's how you can work it. Or if you don't want to do the root button, you can also go parentheses 6 times, let's do it for real here, 13. Well, I guess without doing it, we're going to have to go 0.333333 again, plus 1. Power key to the 1/4 power if you didn't want to go through and do the fourth root. There you go. Got 5 again. Alright. Same thing here with the fifth roots and cube roots. Again, we start working back down. You guys got it. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.